And it makes you happy to turn 35.
Just like me. I wonder what will happen next year. We'll see. So, your age does come into effect when the premiums. So if you here see how your premiums are when you're a good student in a safety program,
And you guys
and
really
then
want
this
to
is
pay
before.
attention to these
This is
numbers.
before you're a good student, getting those A's and B's, studying hard, going to bed by 9 p.m. That really does life after. But after your good student program, look how much that goes down. Anybody need to start studying?
We almost went below.
If you're a speed demon and feel the need for speed, look what's going to happen. Boom, you're going to go up. You're going to go up a lot. Don't speed.
That's just one
against the law.
citation.
That's just one citation. And after speeding ticket and a fault crash, look what happens. You guys got that kind of money?
No. Yep.
So what do you think you should do?
Not crash.
Not crash, not speed, be safe.
Be smart.
Alexis Sana here.
Just make sure it's not your fault.
Well, and the thing is, remember, your license essentially belongs to your parents until you turn 18. Do you think they're going to spend the $4,000 a year to insure you?
No.
No, they're just going to have the state withdraw your license.
Saves them a lot of money and heartache.
Yeah, just follow the rules in the road and you'll be safe. You'll be all right. Tips for better fuel economy, kind of. How do you save the ways? Some fun tips to save gas. I thought this was kind of cool. I didn't know about a lot of these until I saw this slide, to be honest. But if you accelerate slowly and steadily, you'll save fuel. And again, I'm cheap and I like to save money. So maintain a constant speed, drive the speed limits, don't speed. Not only will you stay safe, you won't get a speeding ticket, but you'll also save on fuel. Anticipate the
And
flow of
brake
traffic, so that way you're not going to be braking like right at the last moment. Oh no, it's a red. No, don't do that. Anticipate. Remove attachments. Close the windows at higher speeds, so that way you're not being held back by the wind. Right, Elmer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, attention, bud. Keep tires inflated properly. Maintain your vehicle. Do that maintenance that I suggested when you fuel up. And buy a fuel-efficient car. My car is kind of fuel-efficient, but do some shopping around online. Don't go for the one that is going to appeal to other people on the road. So that's why I don't get that Ford Mustang.
Or you can be like me and trade in a Prius for an F-150 and just learn how to be incredibly fuel efficient to make up.
Very. But that was one of the number one things I looked for when buying a car was the fuel efficiency. The impact of driving habits. So you can kind of see what happens here with sensible, economical driving. Miles per gallon, 30. Driver conditions involved in crashes. So you notice that there are accidents that happen. Nobody's perfect. But you'll notice that under normal conditions, this is the number of crashes there are. But, look at the number of fatalities in that. 39. But, so yeah, normal driving conditions, an accident could happen. But then look what the number one is underneath that. What's the next one? Alcohol. Don't drink and drive. Stupid. It's reckless. It's ignorant. Don't do it. Save a life. Save your life. Don't do it. You're fatigued in the sleep. Look how many number of crashes happen with that. If you're fatigued in sleep, if you feel like you're going to fall asleep, what you can do? Pull over to the side.
Nearest stop.
Yes, find the nearest stop.
Pull over and get out of the car.
Where's the one for phones?
Oh, for the
Oh, for cell
distracted
phone?
driving.
Distracted drivers?
Up there.
That You know what, it's the driver's physical condition. So like the alcohol, fatigued, aggressive driving, that's the physical condition. Distraction doesn't fall under that.
Action, not condition.
Yeah.
Exactly. So drugs are involved.
Stupid is not the condition that they can monitor on that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
If we could,
alcohol, drugs, and aggressive driving is also.
but notice how the normal
It's a
numbers.
condition.
It's a condition,
And notice
not an
how the
action.
normal is so high. Remember that people get those normal conditions and they think they're allowed to be distracted.
Mhm.
So that number being so high, a lot of those drivers were probably distracted.
And this is driver condition. Notice snow's not up there either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not real condition, it's driver condition. And
Yep.
being distracted isn't,
Yeah, it's not classified as drug aggression, seizure, drunk.
But crashes have gone up because of these though.
duh.
So when driving, I have a text that is sent out before I go out. I'll set it on my phone before I drive. Lets people know if they text me. It'll send them an automatic text that says, I'm driving right now, I cannot talk. Wait until I have a point where I can talk to you via text. It's a good thing to have on your phone. Because you don't want to text and drive because it takes your attention away and makes you reckless. Totaled. How many people have heard of this term? Totaled. The car's totaled. What does that mean?
It's done.
Done for.
90. Oh no, I had a car that was totaled and the estimated damage was 90%. Yep.
So, car's total, it means that the insurance company considers it not worth repairing. The
Okay.
insurance company says it's not even worth it, it's totaled.
We'll just get new one.
It's the cost of money it's gonna take to repair it, might as well just, even buy a new one. Yes, no?
Like my sister has a really crappy car, it's probably like $2,000, and like she said that like if she pretty much gets offended, then it'd have to be totaled.
Probably
Don't
would be.
do that, don't do that. I will tell you a story of what happened to my sister once though. She was driving, obviously. She came to a solid green light. What should you do on a solid green light? You should yield, right? She didn't do that. She took a left and she ended up T-boning somebody. The car was considered totaled. The saddest part of that story is I was supposed to get that car.
There is a type of.
My sister's
vehicle-
okay,
Thankfully,
thankfully, because she was wearing her
Yeah.
seatbelt.
There is a type of coverage you guys can get. It's called gap coverage on loans, things like that. So that if you do have a totaled vehicle, it covers the difference on your loan so that you aren't out several $1,000s.
Oh, yeah. Crashes, not accidents. Never, not an accident. They are called crashes. And then once you're in a crash, you have to fill out what's called a crash report. It is long, it is tedious, it is boring, it is time consuming. So, best way to, let's say you come to a stop sign, you roll it, I'm getting into a crash. The time it would have took you to stop is less than the amount of time you're going to take to fill out a crash report. So obey the rules of the road, you'll be fine. So when you do become into let's say you do get into a crash, should you admit fault at all? No. No, you shouldn't. What if, you fill out the crash report, you get to work out these details. Don't admit fault though. Somebody could try to trick you. Somebody could try to say, let's handle this outside of insurance. That's another red flag. Don't do that. When in doubt, what should you do?
Call the cops.
Call the police. They'll help you handle it. That's what, they're good for. They're good for a lot of things, and that's one of them.
Don't even say I'm sorry.
Yep, don't even say I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Lizzie. No, don't say you're sorry. You might feel sorry, because maybe you do feel you're at fault. Maybe you are. Don't admit it. Don't say you're sorry.
Just don't talk to them.
Handle it like a.
Now ask, are you all right?
Are you okay?
You can be concerned.
Here's
Are you
the
okay?
information, but never admit any fault. That is for the insurance companies and the police to decide. So don't even say, I'm sorry.
If they do, you did.
Like, both of them.
You admit fault by saying sorry. Those 5 letters equal fault.
I'm sorry, I stopped at the stop sign, you rear-ended me. Might as well just don't say that.
You're admitting that if you had not stopped,
Yeah.
that they wouldn't have hit you.
Yeah, but
So,
who's really
yeah.
at fault then? The guy who rear-ended you or you that stopped?
You admit it, so you.
If you say you're sorry, you're admitting fault. But whose fault is it really? So just keep that in mind. Hopefully it never happens and you never have to go through it.
And there's something might be happening on the other person's car that you're not aware of. Maybe they're texting. You went through the stop sign, but they were texting. They should have seen you, been able to stop. Maybe their tires were bald.
Or
Maybe their
brakes were
windshield,
bad.
yeah, brakes went out. Maybe their windshield was all crapola or their wipers didn't work. So,
I was,
Yep, don't
I've
admit.
been involved in one crash. I was 18. I was coming to a stop sign at a red light. I was braking. Truck behind me wasn't paying attention. He rear-ended me. We both got out of our vehicles. First thing he said to me was this: "Can we handle this outside of insurance?" That's what he said to me. They didn't teach me this in driver's ed. They didn't teach me this at all back then. But I instinctively felt a red flag went up. And I called the police. They came and helped us. Found out the guy didn't have any insurance. So, be smart. Use common sense out there.
protect yourself.
Protect yourself. Here's that crash report I was talking about. Does that look like fun to fill out?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like to fill out paperwork?
Oh, just
No, I don't. I surely don't. I got better things with my time I can be doing.
Slow down.
I could be playing the new Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. I don't want to fill this out. Then you gotta fill all this out. It's a drag.
And
Not only do you have to fill this out, but then you gotta fill out the more detailed reports. You gotta go into detail, precisely what happened. As much detail as possible, you gotta fill all that out.
what is going on over there?
Yeah, we
I see
keep
a
our
phone.
bottle under control there, Noah.
Yeah, I think they need a break. I think Eric.
We're getting close to our break. I know you're getting
We're
antsy.
getting there, guys.
Wait, I thought I was.
Stay patient with me.
Phone away.
I was looking at the time.
I don't care. Phone away.
Oh, no, wait,
Talk
please.
right there, dude.
And that's my bad. I didn't announce that at the beginning. Please put your phones away. Mine's off. When does it need to be filed when you get into a crash? When does your paperwork need to be filed? Anybody know?
Right there.
Within 10 days. And by whom? Who needs to do it?
You,
You and who else?
the other guy. Well, no.
Any of the drivers
Yeah.
who were involved in the accident, the drivers need to fill out
What
that.
if they don't file it and you do? Then do they?
Well, you need to. It's not optional.
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
saying
do
that
it.
if you file yours, but the person that got in a crash with you doesn't file.
It's not looking pretty good for that guy, is it? Worry about you, Ethan. Don't worry about him. Do you. And then you file it online at www.mndriveinfo.org. So, yeah, just don't admit that fault. Do the necessary stuff that you need to do. Take care of it. Be safe. If you're involved in a crash, you need to stop. You must stop, right?
Yep.
You've got to stop.
Don't say both. Could be more than 2 people. More than 2 cars. You'll.
Are you required by law to provide assistance?
No.
No. No, you don't.
Reasonable.
You actually, yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're required to provide reasonable assistance.
No, reasonable, yes.
So say.
It depends on the degree.
If you're a doctor, you are required to use your medical training. If you're CPR certified,
Like I
you're
am.
required to use that.
Then I would.
Yep.
If
When you
you're
are
just,
CPR certified, you need to do something before you assist that person.
Yeah.
You need to ask them. that they want assistance. If you don't, you can be held liable. So be sure you ask before you assist, if you are
I
certified.
wanted to die.
Some people do.
I know.
Yeah.
But then if you say, it's like that Incredibles thing.
I know someone that happened to, a neighbor of mine. Someone crashed their car down the block from our house. He ran to the vehicle to respond, and the person in the crash was still alive, and my neighbor told him, hang on, dude, I'm gonna help you. And this guy, his last word was, no, leave me alone. His crash was intentional. Yeah. T.
Isn't that illegal though? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be aiding in suicide?
Aiding and abetting. Aiding and abetting. What information are you required by law? What are those two things you need to have in all times when you drive?
Proof
Oh,
of
driver's
insurance.
license.
Driver's license, proof of insurance. Only information required by law to provide. When must you notify law enforcement?
As soon as it
Every single
happens.
time.
Only property damage.
Uh,
Or if you feel like the other guy might be shady.
The way the law reads, if it's over $1,000 of property damage, any injury or death, or set the three. Property damage, injury, death. It's in your study guide today.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
I
It
know
seems
that
like there's
those-
3 of them. Now I can't think of it.
When do you
It's
have
property
to?
damage exceeding $1,000, if there's
Injury or death.
Injury or death.
Um,
I can't think of the third
I
one right
can't
now.
either.
Hit and run?
No,
no.
no, that's different.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll look into that.
It's
When do you have to notify your insurance agent?
pressure, or injury, property damage.
When do you think you should notify your insurance agent? You can do a crash. John, what do you think?
what? Wait, I need to buy something.
When do you have to notify your insurance agent?
Whenever there's a property damage.
If you
Or
are,
injury.
if you are at fault.
It is just the two.
When it's your fault.
So, injury, death.
Notify
And then lastly, when necessary, who must file a traffic crash report?
everyone involved in the crash.
Yes.
Close?
All the drivers.
Close. All the drivers know. Good job.
So pedestrian that gets hit doesn't have to?
And
Drivers do.
crash report
Not
needs to be with
the other
in
passengers.
10 days. If there is either personal injury or property damage over $1,000.
Okay. All right. You want to do that or do it
Maybe skip
later?
through the videos. Come across.
That video? All right.
Yeah, we can always go back to that video later.
Okay.
Emergency contact, set up your cell phone so you can emergency personnel can access your emergency phone numbers. So it's a good thing to have, so when your phone is locked, somebody can call emergency on your
And
phone.
just summarize it too.
And what should you look for when buying a car?
Not shady things.
Insurance.
Look at what the insurance premium might be on it.
And make sure everything's in working
Working
condition.
condition. Check the Carfax. Everybody remember that commercial with the Carfax? Check the Carfax. Legally, dealers are supposed to show you that now, upon request. You might have a shady dealer, so they have to show you that. The first car I bought was from a shady dealer. They didn't have that back then.
Yeah, happened to me 2 cars ago.
Yeah. What insurance is mandatory again?
No fault and liability.
No fault and liability. Why?
Because one of them covers your medical regardless of who's at fault, and the other one is if you're at fault.
Good job. Nice job.
No, you
Yeah,
think?
1 year.
Good job, John. What can you do to keep your insurance rates reasonable? We covered that. Elmer, what do you think? What can we do?
Huh?
What can we do to keep your insurance rates reasonable?
Keep the rates and don't crash.
Yeah, don't crash.
Oh, I want to
What other ways?
Get good grades.
Get good grades.
Good.
What's an extracurricular activity that we just discussed that would be great? Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, definitely. And what do you do if you are involved in a crash? You do not
Admit
you do not admit fault, and then what?
Run.
You turn in your thing within 10 days.
What was it called?
So if I didn't crash
Crash
before,
report.
What information do you share?
Yeah, what information do you share? The 2 things that you need to keep in your car at all time? Bonus round tape.
driver's license and proof of insurance.
Everyone hear what Tate said?
No.
What were the 2 things that you need to share in the crash? Only 2 things that you show somebody.
A name.
Insurance and your license.
Oh, yes.
And that concludes everything. Anybody got questions, concerns, comments, queries, suggestions?
I got,
Elmer, sit down until I dismiss you, please.
nope, nope.
Oh, I'm just resting, okay.
Or are you just resting? Okay, you look like you're just ready to go. I know you guys, why don't you guys shake it out? Go ahead, shake it out. I know you guys been at school all day. I know how that goes. Just stretch, crack your neck. If you're a certified chiropractor. No questions?
No. Wow.
We're allowed to take a 10-minute break then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.